Why are US soldiers showing up on American streets? Let's break this down. These soldiers are called the National Guard. It is a special part of the United States military. Think of it as a halfway point between regular soldiers and civilians. And there are two main branches: the Army National Guard, the Air National Guard. Together, they serve both the state and the federal government, which is what makes them so unique. The National Guard members usually have day jobs, but they train on weekends and can be called in when things go wrong. At the state level, the Guard reports to the governor. They help when there's a flood, wildfire, or major protest that gets out of hand. At the federal level, the president can take command and send them anywhere inside the US or overseas for military, humanitarian, or national security missions. That's called the federal activation. When the president federalizes the Guard, it's done under the Title 10 of the US Code. That means the Guard stops reporting to their governor. They become part of the US Army or Air Force, and they lose the power to enforce their local laws because of law called Posse Comitatus Act, which bans the federal military from acting like the police. But there's one big loophole: the Insurrection Act, which lets the president deploy troops at home if there's a violent unrest or a breakdown of law and order. This system goes way back to 1636, when colonial militias were created to protect settlers. Over the centuries, these militias turned into modern National Guard, shaped laws like the Militia Act of 1903, which gave the federal government more control, and the National Defense Act of 1916, which made the Guard part of the US Army system. Since then, they have been called up for almost everything: the Civil War, both World Wars, Iraq, Afghanistan, and at home during civil rights protests and riots. Fast forward today, under President Donald Trump's second term in 2025, the National Guard was deployed to several major American cities like Los Angeles, Portland, Chicago, Washington, D.C. to handle immigration protests and crime waves. But not everyone agreed. Critics say it blurred the line between military and police and violated state rights. Some governors said the federal government overstepped, and courts stepped in, backing a few deployments, saying they broke constitutional limits. Military leaders also warned that this kind of political use of Guard damages troop morale, public trust, because soldiers sign up to defend the country, not to police civilians. So, the National Guard is both a community's safety net and a military first, but the balance between state control and presidential power has always been fragile, and every time they have called onto American streets, that balance is tested again.